त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Hello everyone, welcome to the program this evening. Here in Sydney it's evening. It's lovely to see so many familiar names. We already are beginning to know each other very well. We met some of you on Saturday night here in Sydney, which was lovely. So it's wonderful that you've developed this dedication to your spirit, to become one with your spirit. Now tonight we are going to be meditating on our heart. We're continuing our path up the central channel. We started with the Muladhara chakra, the center of innocence and wisdom, the Swadhisthana, the center of creativity, pure knowledge, pure attention, then up to the Nabi, which is our center of peace, satisfaction, generosity. Our last program we learnt about the void, which is the area around the Nabi chakra, and that's our center of self-mastery. When this area is strong, we stay balanced and become unaffected by what is happening around us. Because we are our most powerful when we remain in that balance, and we are able to help those around us by remaining in balance. So tonight with Odessa we're coming to the heart, And you'll find out tonight that in Sahaja Yoga we talk about the three hearts, the left and the right and the center, each part with its own qualities. And one of the greatest challenges of humanity now is to go back to the heart. We are so used to using our brain to work things out. And when we overuse our brain, our heart or our spirit loses its power over us. So with meditation, we learn the importance of the heart and going back to the heart to make those decisions that are best for ourselves, and everyone who surrounds us, and for the whole world. So what I might do now is we'll invite Odessa on. We've had Odessa on before. It's lovely to see you again, Odessa.
Hi, thanks for having me.
And Odessa, being a young person, I wanted to ask you about, we've heard for many years now about the difficulties young people are going through now, experiencing mental health issues, anxiety, depression, and this is something that we've been seeing even before the pandemic, even before COVID. So it's not, we can't say it's because of COVID. It might have exacerbated things, but it's not because of COVID. So we'd love to hear what your take is on it. Why do you think that this is happening?
I think this, well, on the topic of the heart specifically, especially in the West and Western culture, which has spread to the whole world, it's becoming less and less common to experience a very secure childhood. Most people don't feel that they can rely on their parents. They don't feel that they can rely on grandparents. It's becoming more and more common to be estranged from your family. And I think that has a huge impact on people. I think media that children are exposed to really affects your heart. For a long time, I didn't think, say, horror or anything had any effect on me. But absolutely, from not watching it as much, I realize I'm irrationally afraid of things that I shouldn't be afraid of. And it's a lot of it is like, if you don't know about something, why will you be afraid of it? So it's like unnecessarily making yourself a fearful person. You know, there's just so many things that you can say are contributing to the mental health epidemic among young people. I would say using drugs definitely doesn't help. Alcohol doesn't help. It's more of like, you can't open your heart, so you will use something else to make your heart open because you want to feel connected to people. And try as you might, you don't feel like you can be connected. It's like everyone is constantly posturing and trying to be an image rather than their actual selves. And you get to the point where you don't actually know who you are anymore. And what really takes you to the experience of the spirit is just being in the moment. That is the truth of who you are. It's not a complicated personality who likes this and does this and talks like that and comes across this way, which is like the reputation that we obsessively want in the West. And if you can't maintain that, you want to die. It's like, oh my God, these people don't think I'm this cool, amazing person who I've concocted from watching things or astrology or books or something. And it's just a complete myth that makes you very, very miserable. And anxieties around everything just build up. And, oh, will I get to work on time? Will I be able to get a job? Will I be able to do this thing? And you're just constantly in a state of panic. And it's just your heart is just going a million miles an hour. You can't even talk to people without being nervous and shaking. Even just meeting people, it shouldn't be this way. I don't think humans are naturally as scared as a rabbit. But most people I meet, they can't look you in the face, or they have very effective mannerisms, and it's like they're very insecure, and it's quite normal to be insecure. Personally, I don't want to live with insecurity. I want to overcome it. And I find meditation really actually does that. So I hope more people find that. And
Yeah.
this silence of the heart, which hopefully we'll experience today, just completely eradicates all of these nonsensical anxieties which feel like they could completely take over your life. And it's very profound. And I think it's also similar to when you see something really beautiful or amazing, or like a gigantic monument that's man-made or naturally made, and you're just in awe, so you're just silent. And I find that's like a common experience of your heart and your spirit and yourself, which is like the three hearts you mentioned. It's all those things in one. And it's also, the heart is like on the center of your head, like in your sahasrara, so it's so connected to your kundalini and the central channel. So it's such an important chakra. It's where your spirit resides. If your heart goes out, then you die. So this center is just the key, basically.
It is. I agree with you. If you're connected to your heart and your heart is strong, that's 95% of the battle, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. And yeah, just getting to your heart, you can easily get to your sahasrara.
Yes, because they are directly connected.
Yeah.
Thank you, Odessa. I will leave you now to get on with the program.
Thanks, Jenny. So I hope you're all comfortable. If you would like to get a foot soak before we start, I can just leave 5 minutes for that. Or an ice pack. I think we've gone over those in previous classes. And if not, just feel free to sit and relax and take your shoes off, take your hat off or your glasses off, and we can just put our hands out. And this meditation will be quite simple, and we'll balance the left and right as you've done before. And then we'll just focus on our heart. So briefly, I'll go over these three hearts. So the right heart is like the quality of a father, and it's your responsibility in life. If you've maybe lost your father, this could be catching. If you're very arrogant, if you're harsh to people, this can also catch. It's kind of how you interact with the world and the result of your actions, if they're benevolent or not. And then the left heart is very much like the mothering quality. It's very sensitive, and it's love, it's truth, it's joy. And I find this center isn't so much about romantic love, it's about love that's completely, it has no boundaries. It's not selfish in any way. Maybe you have a desire for a partner, or you have a desire for a thing, or you have a desire for a career, then your left heart might be catching, because the heart is very much about where your attention is. And if you want to feel like the content of your spirit, then your attention needs to be on that silent love. It sounds cheesy, but very much something you feel when you meditate, and you have to experience it to really know it. This type of true love that is very similar to the way Earth just looks after you unconditionally. It doesn't matter what kind of person you are. That's the type of love that comes from this center. And Your center heart is very much about courage and fear. If you're very fearful, you have anxiety, this center can be out. Your sense of security is also connected to the antibodies. You can get sick quite often if this center isn't okay. And basically, we will try some breathing techniques because it's connected to your lungs, and that can help lower any sense of nervousness that's in you. And like I mentioned before, the spirit is also in the left side where your actual heart is. And it's this all-pervading silence, and it's the essence of life itself. And connecting to it can be extremely grounding and this feeling of existence itself. So the talk will go over this again. If you feel a bit lost, don't worry about it. And we'll just have a look at the chakra chart now. And I'll show you just where we'll be putting our hands. So you can see on the right channel is the yellow side. That's the right heart. And of course, love and compassion. So it's also about how you treat other people, and more how you feel about other people and how you feel about yourself if you're insecure. And you can see the spirit has the flame, and the central channel there is more like the sun in appearance. So we're using our right hand on the left side, going to the center, and then changing hands. And that will be the basis of the meditation. Okay, so we can start that now. We can all raise our kundalini and do a bandhan. So once you've done that, you can just put your hands out on your lap and feel free to close your eyes. And just breathe in slowly and hold your breath. Now let go. And hold it again. And while you hold it, say, I am the spirit. We can put our hand on our center heart. And just breathe in deeply and hold it. And breathe out again. And breathe in again. Just hold it. And breathe out. And just see if you feel any different. I'll continue to do this throughout the program, but for now we can balance the right and left side. So first of all, we can put our right hand towards the earth. And just ask, Mother, please clear my left channel. Please take away all unnecessary emotions. Mother, please give me the pure desire. Please allow me to feel the essence of my spirit. We can put our hand back in our lap. Raise our left hand towards the sky. Mother, please take all the heat out of my right side. Please take away all the overthinking. And all the stress from the day. And put our hand back in our lap. See if you feel any difference on your hands. We can put our right hand on our left hip. This is on the left Swadhisthana. And because we're learning, we can just ask, please give me the pure knowledge. Mother, please give me the pure knowledge. And swap and put our left hand on our right hip. Because the heart is so connected to your attention, we'll be asking, please give me pure attention. Mother, please give me pure attention. And ask 3 times. Please give me pure attention. Now we can put our right hand on our left heart and just hold your breath. Say, I am the spirit. And breathe out. Now, when you breathe in, try and say this 12 times. I am the spirit. And hold it. And then breathe out. Notice your breathing slowing, and sometimes during meditation, it will seem like you're almost not breathing. Which is nothing to be worried about. So we can put our left hand on our right heart. We can confirm that I am the spirit. I am responsible. You can ask, please make me a dignified person. Please allow me to express compassion. We can put our hand on our center heart again. And just keep it here for some time. And try and keep your attention on top of your head. Please take away all the fear in my heart. Mother, please make me a brave person. Now we can listen to a talk, and you can keep your hand on your heart or keep it in your lap. And just try and keep your attention on your Sahasrara on top of your head as you listen.
Now then we have another center on top which we call as the heart center. It is in the center. Now in the sternum bone, behind the sternum bone, this center is there, and thymus produces the antibodies in your sternum bone. These antibodies later on fight your diseases. When you are about 12 years of age, they go into the whole body and waiting there for a signal from your sternum bone. That means supposing you see something, you get frightened, this bone starts pulsating. When it pulsates, the antibodies know there's some emergency and they get prepared for it. Now this is such a normal thing to happen to people, but insecurities can be of the worst type. And when these insecurities develop, people can develop all kinds of diseases of the lungs, especially the women develop what you call as the breast cancer. Mostly these women are insecure. Maybe their husbands are not good, or they feel that the husband may leave them alone or something like that. There are certain insecurities that are built in. They might be quite frightened personalities. I've seen most of the air hostesses have this center heart catching because they're afraid they may miss the plane, or I don't know, they have to be on the job and run and do. Mostly these time-bound jobs cause you the trouble here of the center heart. And this center heart is very important because for women especially, they have to be secured. If their motherhood is challenged, then they are even worse. And this is how one has to understand a woman should be very much respected. If she is your wife, she is your child, or anything, she has to be respected and given all the security. It's the woman who makes the society, it's the woman who creates the children, it's the woman who looks after the children. So the men have to give all the security and the protection to the womanhood and understand that it's a very important factor, which if we neglect, we can have lots of problems with our society, and the women will start competing with men, and then the society will be all dislocated. If there's any problem with your father, then the right side catches and it gives you asthma. First of all, you are, we can say, vulnerable to asthma due to bad liver. Plus, if you have problems with your father or eat with your fatherhood. Supposing you are an unhappy father, or maybe that you are not looking after your children, then you get this center caught up very badly. It can happen to any one of us if a man is unkind to his son. It's a father principle. If the son is unkind to the father, so the father is hurt. It's the father principle if it is disturbed by any chance. Or suddenly father dies and you feel the pinch of that all your life. All that can work out here and you get this right heart catch. With that, you get asthma. It is said that in homeopathy, they believe that with more tension you get it. Because when you are more tense, you see, you remember your father. If he was here, he would have helped you. In the subconscious, sometimes it works out. And that's how it adds to the problem. It is so simple to work out that you'll be amazed that if you have to just raise the principle of father in a person like that, who might be a dejected father, who might be a cruel father, who might be a son who has lost the father, can be anything. That you have to just put your hand on that part. Left hand side of this is the essence of motherhood. If in your childhood your mother had played a role which has given you fear or kind of a frightening experience, then this center goes out. We say the left heart is catching. Sometimes if you are a bad mother also it might catch. This center is very important. On the left hand side is the mother's side, and the mother itself is, if the mother is a lunatic, you get a problem there. You might get it, we call it a heart. There are two hearts. One is the heart of the spirit and one is the heart chakra. If a mother is a fanatic, she's a woman who is very fanatic about her food, things like that, then the children get it. It's a dangerous thing to play with children like that, to have complete discipline on the children and just keep them, must walk straight like a horse put to things. And children should be allowed to have their freedom. Actually, when we suppress them too much, they become hooligans. That way Indians are better. They know how to bring up their children. With this cruelty towards children, I don't know what women are up to. Where are they going to take their figures and their beauties and everything in front of God? Such cruelty exists, such self-centeredness. Then with all this, the children develop this trouble and they have palpitations. They have very weak hearts. Or when the children are not nice to the mother, they also get it. So mother and father are very important factors in Sahaja Yoga, and you have to understand that if your parents have been unkind to you, you must forgive them. Just forget about them because they have given you birth. You should be thankful. And just forget about them. That's the best way to get over the problem of left and right heart.
So I have explained to you all these things. Now this is the heart. In the heart resides the spirit. The spirit is watching the game of this creation and is watching what is happening to this person, to this person, to this person, to this person. Everybody has got in their heart the spirit which is watching. Is called as the Kshetrajna, means the one, the knower of the field. He is watching every minute. He knows what to do, where you go, what mistakes you create. He watches. He doesn't interfere. It's only the interference comes from here, from that thing, which tries to give you conscience, which tries to improve you. From here sometimes, the victim part. It tries to tell you, be in the center, by punishing you, by showing it is wrong. But he is just watching the game. Let's see how far it goes. He is the knower of your field. He is the universal being within you. He is the reflection of that God Almighty who is a spectator within you. And his power is this all-pervading power which has created all this. So to feel this all-pervading power, you have to become the spirit. All this creation has no meaning if you do not become the spirit. In the Vedas, the very first stanza says that by reading Vedas, if you do not become Vid, Vida means, Veda word comes from Vida. Vida means to know. If you do not become the knowledge, then it has no meaning. What's the question?
You were talking about the spirit being in the heart chakra there over on the left side. I'd like to know why it's on the left instead of in the middle, because if the spirit has to do with realization, why isn't it in the middle, in the central kundalini, instead of on the inside like that? And why is it
in the heart?
Yeah.
Heart is the main thing within us. You see, that's the last. Once heart stops, we don't exist. It's sheer existence. That's the most important organ God has made. Once the spirit is angry, in any way strained, any way despaired, we just disappear. And then we die. There's nothing left. Heart is very important. That's why He's praying.
So we can just check our vibrations with our eyes closed. See if you're feeling less tense. If anything has changed. We can use our right hand to raise our Kundalini up to the top of our head. And just massage. And do this 3 times. And raise your hand a little bit above your head. Put our hands back in our laps. So just try and meditate on this feeling of the spirit. If you want, you can continue to put your hand on your heart. If you felt any catches on your left side, you can put it on your left. If you felt anything on your right, you can put it on your right. And as we continue the silent meditation, it helps to listen to music. So we'll just be listening to a rag by a well-known Indian composer. And he's called Tansen. This music I find personally extremely calming and definitely helps settle my heart if I'm ever in some type of panic for some reason. And hopefully you'll feel the same effect. So if any thoughts come, just say, not this thought. And with your hand on your heart, you can say, I'm the spirit. I'm the pure spirit.
प्रथम समझ प्रथम समझ विद्याधुन तब खिज
Thank you all for coming for this meditation. I hope you feel a cool breeze and you feel more calm inside. We'll just finish by raising our Kundalini and doing a bandhan together. So if anyone had any questions, we have a few more minutes and Jenny's also here to help out. If you have any questions about the heart, it's quite an abstract idea of the spirit. If you feel less anxious, just let us know.
I know, Odessa, I'm certainly feeling those qualities of the heart after that beautiful meditation, that sense of security. Shri Mataji, in her talk, she spoke about difficult relationships with our parents and how they can affect our heart. The most important thing to remember is that through meditation we can heal our heart. So anything that has happened to us in the past that may have damaged our heart in any way, through meditation the Kundalini will once more bring our heart back to its original state.
Yeah, it's just, that's a really revolutionary thing about it to me. You don't have to live with that type of suffering. You can actually heal it, and it impacts your physical life as much as your internal life. I found I get sick less often. I used to get sick almost every month, and now it's very, very rare, which is a nice feeling during COVID. And yeah, I'm sure everyone will benefit from this type of meditation with how shocking things have been, and just normal shocks that you get from your family, like you say. It's pretty amazing. You can just do this and it pretty much melts away.
It's interesting that you mention about your physical health, because our antibodies are produced behind our sternum bone here in the heart chakra. So the stronger our heart is, the more antibodies are released whenever there is an attack. So it's definitely something that will happen as your heart becomes much stronger. We have a comment. I might just have a look at that. Thank you, Odessa. I really needed that. I had a very stressful afternoon with my family out in the flooding conditions, and I feel much better now.
It's good. Yeah.
I also want to thank you, Odessa, for your beautiful analogy of pure love. That you may have forgotten what you said.
Yeah, I did.
But you said, just as the Mother Earth loves everyone equally who walks on her. Pure love is being able to love everyone that we come into contact with.
Yeah. I remember feeling very confused by the type of love you see in media, and I just found it extremely unsatisfying. And even just the love you get from a friend can be very unsatisfying. And then you also realize when you gain some maturity that you can't expect other people to fulfill you in that way. And you will never be happy if you think that that's what their job is. And it made me actually wonder, well, what could possibly give me love that's completely unconditional, and there's never a time where I'll feel like I'm unloved. And if you're in the moment, then you can fully appreciate that life itself and nature does that. The sun will always shine on you, rain will always rain on you. It doesn't really care what you've done, or yeah, it doesn't matter who you are.
Yes.
And that's the most reliable thing in the world. Even though nature is terrifying, it's still just nature. It is what it is. And yeah, most other love seems to just kind of fade away. And most material things, if you love material things, or you love your job, or you love a pet, like eventually those things won't be there anymore. And then what will you do? Like she mentioned, women that are really vain. I definitely find if I put all my attention on my appearance, I don't appreciate my life. Basically, it makes you very shallow, very sad.
And the greatest beauty we have is our spirit. And when we're connected to the spirit shines through our eyes, and that's what makes us beautiful.
Yeah.
So thank you again, Odessa. If I don't see any questions, no.
Oh, good.
So thank you again for joining and opening our hearts so beautifully. And
Thanks
we
for coming.
will continue now with some more music. So please stay and enjoy more meditation. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's our privilege to be here this evening, and I would like to dedicate this performance to Shri Mataji and to all the devotees who are here today. I will begin this recital with a beautiful evening raga, which is actually created by my grand guru, Baba Alauddin Khan Sahib. The name of the rag is Hem Bihag. And first, you will hear 3 solo movements, which will be played on the sitar. The first part is known as alap, which is a non-metric development of the raga. There is no rhythm to it, no pulse to it. And this will be followed by 2 more sections, which are known as chod and jhala. The fourth part, I would like to play a gat or a theme, which is a composition of my own. It is set to a cycle known as Char Tal Ki Savari, which has 11 beats in the cycle, divided 4, 4, 1.5, 1.5. Rag Hem Bihag. Thank you.